Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome. This is a Starcraft English commentary. We're reaching the end here, almost the end of this round of 24 Group E matches. Mong versus Paralyze in the loser set. And I swear the cheer before the game started was very loud. There seems to be a lot of fans for both of these players. I heard that people were cheering for Paralyze and then people were cheering for Mong. Very, very exciting time to be watching StarCraft and following the ASL. No, not. No one watches game anymore. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go and study la. Don't watch this waste time. You should study to become doctor, engineer, or scientist. Not gamer. Gamer is for pussies. No, I'm just kidding. I do not mean to swear on the channel. This channel is kids friendly and wife friendly. Invite your kids and your wives to watch this channel with you, please. And climax together. Anyways, this is what knockout. Do I have the map? Yeah, I do have the map. Just give me a second. I have the map. I have the map. I have the map. There it is. Knockout. And I'm going to be cheering for Paralyze because Paralyze, if you have not known, or maybe you know, this is his first appearance in the ASL. Maybe the stats are wrong, but I don't think so. Sometimes I'm wrong, but usually I'm right because my data, I run formulas in Excel and you know whatnot. And I use ChatGPT to check everything. And you know that ChatGPT is the ultimate truth, right? Nothing could be truer than ChatGPT. If it says it, then it's true. Not. It is not true. Anyways, what's happening here? Cross scouting, cross spawning position from both of these players. And Paralyze has gone for 12 Nexus. I love it. Can you feel the climatic feelings? Can you feel the intense, you know, shivering and the intense shaking? Inside my body when I see the 12 Nexus, and Mong is so far from Paralyze. So already Paralyze has got a nice starting advantage here. This will be good for all of us Protoss fans. Another Protoss to be in the round of 16. We've had Snow and Bess who keep their spots from the previous season. We've had Bisu and Mini. Stork has been eliminated. So it's gonna be nice to have Paralyze. Paralyze, we need to fight against Rush, and wow, the skill difference is vast. The skill differential between Rush and Paralyze was so huge in the previous game. But against Mong, everything could happen. Everything could happen because if you look at the win rate for these players, Mong Elo scores is 1134. Paralyze is only a little bit below him, 1104. Only 30 points differential. And Mong against Protoss, well, I guess 25%. There it is. And Paralyze against Terran at 36%. Both of these players suck. But anyways, Mong will see that there's an expansion. He can do nothing about it. He's sending a second SCV out. Why? What is the plan here? I don't know, but there's gotta be no way for him to actually attack because you know why? Because of that trench, of that ditch. You cannot build like one bunker and leapfrog to what you need to build it like right there. Anyways, Mong's gonna expand and he will try to play from behind, but so far Paralyze has got a good starting position. This probe will come back to scout. Very, very nice. Can you see the expansion coming up? And Mong will need to put it down. He cannot delay it any longer. And looks like Paralyze has seen the expansion coming up. So I guess Mong has accepted defeat. He would try to play from the back here. So I guess it's gonna be the time for me to give you some more stats because I'm a statistician, I'm a mathematician, and a Starcraftian. Here is the how do you say that word? Starcraftian, a Starcraftian accent is what I have. Yeah, so for the map stats, the probe's gonna get sniped here. Terran players, what kind of map stats they enjoy against Protoss? So knockout is 57% for Terran, so this is a much better map. There's gonna be an attempt to block it. The vultures already arrived. But the vulture will be on the low ground. As you can see, some of the hits will not land on that Zealot, I think. But now the Dragoon is out, so this vulture is gonna get chased away. If I was... oh my god! The vulture goes to the high ground. The probes are trying to run out here. There's double gateway, but it would take a long time. One probe will fall very quickly, but it takes some hits though. The one probe has fallen. Another probe on gas is gonna get destroyed. And this is more problematic than it needs to be. Not a kill, not that Vulture finally died, and he needs to send his probe back to the gas now, because there are only a couple of units on the gas. But anyways, Monks will saturate his new base, and we'll go on from here. I mean, that was a little bit careless. I mean, she should have just kept that gateway on for a while. until you can actually secure the vulture threat. Anyway, this vulture is gonna get pushed back. He could not stop this base from expanding, so that's gonna be a problem. So the first vulture was able to get some probe kill, but he was not able to stop that base from coming up. Anyways, there's gonna be another vulture trying to go. He is gonna try to lay some mines first, and Dragoon's trying to pay attention, and he can see the mines. Yeah, he definitely saw the mines. Now the question is, can Mong lay mines against his other base on the high ground? He's gotta try to lay the mines there. He's very damaged. He's gonna be very careful. And there's gonna be just maybe the vultures would try to group up together. 3 vultures could try to run into the main base. 4 vultures. Vulture with speed would be very deadly here. Paralyze is trying to test their observers. Is not yet up. And yeah, exactly. Upgrades are going under at that machine shop. So I think the moment he's got 4 vultures who will go inside, and keep in mind that this is gonna be just a double pylon, triple pylon blocking. We don't actually see a gateway, so it's gonna be very tough. The Nexus will come up though. If Paralyze can set up a Nexus before this vulture run by starts, it's gonna be in a much better position. But vultures are still running around looking for the openings. The observer should be coming out any moment now. Very nice for Paralyze to keep some of his Dragoons back. He was also fearing a drop because the threat of drop is also very real. The Nexus goes down legitimate, so I guess these vultures, even with speed, won't want me to do much here. We actually need to have tanks, and all the Dragoons have returned home. The vulture will try to go inside the main, but there's a lot of Dragoons waiting. These vultures get pushed back, and observers out. There's nothing here to kill. Very nicely done by Paralyze. He has just read the game correctly. I mean, this is high level mind reading between these two players. Anyways, observers try to move out. Why is he not clearing the mines? I'm not so sure. I guess he just want to check what the other guys has got. And there's going to be a quick expansion going from Mount to try to catch up here. Behind this, we should have a reavers. This base is on the high ground, and it's actually buildable, so you can actually put turrets on it. Anyways, more Dragoons could try to come out here, and those vultures could still come back for more attacks, but for now, things have been fairly secured, and these massive vultures who attack, the Dragoons need to back up. Where's the Dragoons? There they are. He's gonna be very careful and need to do the moving shot. He moves back, one Zelle will come out just to buy some time. Some vultures being sniped, Dragoons, it will get sniped, and nice attacks by Mong, but I think Paralyze is clear thing out. So I think Paralyze would need to see that command, so I think he will know. For sure he will know. He will see that, okay, you have 2 factories only, and then you have another 4 that's gonna try to come up, and you have an expansion. Where are the reavers? I'm not seeing it. The tanks will be in the right position to spot here. And Paralyze need to start to build his pylon wall, especially at this third base, to cover and just minimize the damage that those vulture run by can do. For now, he's gonna also need to focus on trying to snipe these observers. I lost a game recently on ladder because I could not keep up with the constant vulture harassment pressure. They just keep on coming. I clear the mines, they come back with more mines. I clear them, and then some tanks, pop up behind that. So that's basically my story of laddering. But anyways, you probably have a much better story. Where are these Dragoons going? Oh my god, taking some hits there, and these vultures once again could actually go out there and try to snipe those very damaged Dragoons. But we will have some reavers now, but I guess Paralyze plan is just to go and expand. He's gonna look at this, the vultures gonna try to run by, and the Dragoons need to get involved. Pushing those vultures back is nice, but those vultures are still alive. Wow, I look at the vulture control from Mong. It's exquisite. It's so delicate. It's so fine, and it's so, it's so exotic and so aristocratic. He is such a fine gentleman, Mong. Of course, he also need to kind of lose some weight too, because you know what, playing these kind of Starcraft games don't give you much chances to exercise. And you know what, these players actually film themselves eating food on stream, and it's not very healthy. Because if you actually pay attention, in these streams, they put in like a huge plate, like a 6-course meal. And they're eating it, and some girls are doing the same thing too. I wonder, those girls are very skinny. How did they make it out alive? Eating like a 6-course meals like on Africa TV. It's so strange. Anyways, Mong is gonna have to be very careful. The observer can spot, and all of those vultures get repaired. Where's the shuttle? I guess he's waiting for shuttle with speed. He would try to attack from the low ground, but the tanks are in the right location. The Reaver can do some shot against one of the SCV, not bad. But that's it. He can actually, he's gonna try to dive in here with a Zealot to go on the SCV. The SCVs are running away. He's gonna try to attack. He would clear a mine. That was the most pathetic shot ever. It could not get anything done. But now this base will come up very nicely, and it's got a nice pylon wall to Paralyze. 4 bases economy will be looking strong. But it needs to start to switch into Templars now and utilize the Protoss machine to its full potential. And as for Mong, he just keep on running around with his vultures. Nicely done. Bro's gonna get transferred. Keep in mind that there are some dragoons in the middle of the map. Looks like those vultures gone intercepted by the dragoons. I mean, very smart for Mong. He did not lose a lot of vultures. He did lose a lot of vultures in the entire game. They just keep on getting repaired and come back and stuff like that. So very interesting scenario. Anyways, these vultures will look for more openings here. This third base has got some dragoons guarding, so they cannot go anywhere. Vultures will try to run by. The reavers are trying to stop any kind of reinforcement. Another base comes up for Mong. If Paralyze doesn't spot this like in the next 5-10 seconds, he's completely toasted. Because tanks will be in the right position. And now looks like Paralyze got his double shuttle. So triple shuttle, not double. It's a triple shuttle drop. This base is hard to hold though. You can see this dark area right here. You can actually fly over it, and of course Terran player would have no idea. And Goliaths cannot spot unless you have a floating building. But at this early stage, floating building is actually not available. The attack might commence soon. And behind this, I guess Paralyze also need to take an expansion. But there's no base actually available. This base at 9 o'clock has got a mine there. So Mong has just done the correct thing to cover for all of the angles. And just one step ahead of Paralyze. Paralyze is 2 steps behind you. Dun, 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 dun. Do you guys listen to Def Leppard? And if you guys know the band Def Leppard, a British band in the 1990s or 80s, I love that band. That band is so fun. Anyways, Triple Shadow is going to try to come out here. SV is getting transferred. This will make or break this game. This Rich is so hard to fight against, and the Vultures are looking for openings. They could be looking for some I don't know, maybe some Templars. I guess not at this stage. We don't have any Templars yet. The Vultures will go on this high ground, but there are some cannons on this base. Possibly, no, there are no cannons. There are some cannons. Okay, they will go towards the other base, but the pylon wall will provide a nice coverage. And it looks like the attack might commence soon. The rest of the Protoss forces need to group up together. He's gonna try to land. There are a lot of tanks, but there are not enough Goliaths. There are only a single turret. This battle is going to decide the fate of the game, and it's going to be a lot of splash damage. Where to hide in a good storm. It's going to storm the tanks. The 2 tanks are gone. SCVs have died. Oh my god, insane attack by Paralyze. This game is completely paralyzed. Mong here. This is my best buddy right there for you guys. Paralyze. Can you see his face? This young boy has grown up and has become a very nice, handsome man. What is this photo? Let me just quickly put a photo for you to just completely climax with me. But it looks like Paralyze is in some serious trouble. He needs to survive this next attack from Terran here. Where's hold on, where's Paralyze photo? There it is. No, that's not him. Excuse me. Where's Paralyze? Hold on. I have him. Just hold on here. There it is. There is Paralyze. He's putting his thumbs down. Can he defeat Mong here? Supply-wise, Paralyze 174 and Mong is 167. The game is still too close to call, but Vultures will be harassing against the 5th base. The 5th base is not yet saturated. It's very... Oh my god! Oh my god, it's very hard to saturate that base. The Reavers get pick up here, and Paralyze is just so much ahead of the... Excuse me, Mong is just so much ahead of this game. Another mine explosion. All of those Dragoons, Paralyze, come on, get your crap together. But we are going to be having an attack. This Reaver's going to be hiding in the corner. A lot of shadows are going to be waiting here. The Reaver will take one shot, but getting sniped right away. I mean, things are just falling apart for Paralyze. He had a good chance, but I guess Mong is just so much better. But this attack is looking very deadly. Only 2 turrets, not enough of anything. Zelle's gonna try to have some nice bombing here. There are no high templars. I guess you don't really need high templars. The last of the tanks have fallen, and this supply depot is gonna get destroyed. Zelle need to attack against the supply depot. He clears the supply depot, and now there's gonna be some splash damage, but there's no high templars to clear those areas. His Nexus have been sniped. Oh my god! Losing the Nexus is a terrible mistake. Terrible calamity has befallen Paralyze, and now I guess things are just gonna be completely snowballing here. Paralyze his forces are all over the place. He's not controlling them nicely. I guess it was a nice valiant fight by Paralyze, but Mong was just a better player. And there's nothing for Paralyze to do now. He's gonna, of course, does he have this double? Okay, at least he's got double robotics, which is at least the basics, right? Anyways, Vulture's getting intercept in the middle of the map. Mong has got everything in the back. He knows exactly what to do. He will just wait for upgrades. Now he's got only +1 weapons and +1 armor. He will have more later. Paralyze is forced to expand to the 9 o'clock position. He needed to actually secure his expansion before he can actually, wage an attack, but he's decided he will just attack anyways. The game is still on, but Paralyze do have a chance to win here because Templar strategy is very cost effective. You can be fighting on even supply and you can still wipe out the entire Terran army, but this is going to be looking very dangerous here. There's a lot of storms getting ready. Good storm, but actually it doesn't do the full potential, and all of these units will get destroyed, including the shuttle. But that was a nice way to drive the Terran back. But that was not an effective trade though, because if he actually killed like maybe 10 SCVs, would be a little bit more worthy, but he killed like 5 SCVs there. And ROG Black Mong is fully maxed out. His +2 will kick in now, and he will come over there and destroy Paralyze. And this is a weak moment in Paralyze game plan because his high templates have just recently been depleted. He doesn't have storms. He doesn't have enough new high templates. It's going to be a nice scan here. The shadows get attacked very, very nicely, but there's going to be high ground advantage for Paralyze. Need to land the shadow right now. The Goliaths are trying to look for those shadows. One shadow is going to get sniped. Looks like Paralyze gets surrounded from all sides. Need to land the shadow now. What is he doing? The Goliaths are targeting the shadow. Need to land them now. Does he have something inside? He will land some Zelle out just to buy time. We're not seeing it. There's going to be a storm. This storm isn't bad, but it was a little bit too late. And these Dragoons are going to get pressed back. Those tanks will destroy all of those Dragoons, and Paralyze will just... Okay, Paralyze has made the next wave of forces, though, so it could be something. You need to actually send probes over. And Mong is on the same number of bases as Paralyze, which is not really, really good. He might even saturate his new base faster than Paralyze. But anyways, these Dragoons are going to get trapped here in the corner. He would try to trade a little bit and destroy some vultures and try to save the bulk of his forces and wait for the next wave here. Paralyze got +2 weapons and +1 armor. It's not bad. It's not bad. And this next attack might decide the fate of the game. The shadow need to arrive now. There, the shadow, the Goliaths are actually in the right position. Where's the shadow landing? He's going to land some Zelle out in the middle of the map to go for some splash damage. Dragoons are trying to attack nicely here. I guess Paralyze is going to be to win this battle, but the tank line is so deep. But Zealots reaching the left side. Dragoons going to high ground. This area is going to get completely so they need to send Zealot towards the setup and attack the tanks. The tank need to go some target fire, and I guess Paralyze just have a much better economy. Mong has a much better economy, and it was a push Paralyze back supply-wise, about even supply between these two players, but it is going to be Mong who comes ahead here. Paralyze once again would need to remake his shuttle. You need to come out with more forces. There's going to be some splash damage, some mind drag. That's going to be a nice juicy mind drag to clear those forces and to trade well. More shadows going to try to go through. Where's the shadow going? He's going to try to abuse that map once again, but there's a floating building or something like that. Why is he able to see this unit? I guess able to see it because maybe because there's a unit on the other side. He's going to try to land some high temperature. There's going to be some Zealot bombing and some storm. Good storm, but it hits the tank. That's not really what you want to hit. You want to hit the SCV. But anyways, the game is 2-1, and Temptoss strategy is very, very cost effective. Anyways, that one tank on the high ground is going to provide vision for the tank on the low ground, but these Dragoons will come out and it will clear the other two tanks. This bottom left base by Mong is under some duress here. You need to actually try to secure it. Mong is ahead by about 33 supplies. That cannon will fall, so this Nexus could not come up on time here. Paralyze is still fighting very, very nicely because Temptoss strategy scale really well. But I guess there's just a limit to that. Let's see how that's going to be the fight here. There's going to be an observer to see, and Paralyze could just send some Dragoons out to that base. He will be able to secure it very, very nicely. There's going to be some shadow flying through the middle of the map where we don't have enough Goliaths from Mong, but maybe he doesn't really need it. There's going to be some drops in this base. There's some turrets. Maybe where could he go? Maybe go towards this inner force base. We'll land here. Not bad. He's going to cast some Cyber Storms on the vultures to actually trade well. He gets some SCVs and trade reasonably well. He needs to fly all of his shadows back though. This base is going to get attacked. And the shadow is going to be able to cast a storm. Oh my god, can Paralyze come back? He will hide the shadow in the corner for a while. And what is going to be the next man? Where are these probes going? What is this? What is... He sends the probes out, and both of these players are making their blunders and their mistakes. But I guess it is going to be Paralyze who lose more here. You need to expand to this base very, very quickly. SCVs are trying to buy some time. There's going to be a mine. No, looks like all of the vultures have died. So these SCVs have already been destroyed. It takes a long, long time for Mong to reinforce this base. But he finally cleared out. So that's going to be the end of this attack here. Paralyze, 160 supply, Mong 150. The game is very, very scrappy. But I love it. I guess Paralyze will expand on this high ground. Not a bad idea. Keep in mind that when you play Temptoss strategy like what Paralyze is doing, you want to take bases closer towards the Terran. And especially bases that are on the high ground. Paralyze comes to this base. Once again, this base is always under stress. There's going to be some Zealot dropping. High Tempest will cast several storm. He needs to cast a storm. He's attacking the tank. These storms are not so juicy. He's able to get some Goliaths, but no, those units will get repaired, and this is not a good trade. But anyways, there are some tanks on the high ground. Paralyze will have to back up now. He should have used his drop against his bottom left base. It would have been a lot more effective. These Dragoons will all fall, and I guess Mong will decide finally that he can cross this bridge. I'm not so sure because Paralyze is going to try to come from the back here. But now I think Mong actually has kind of allowed Paralyze to catch up because Paralyze is taking two bases on this top right, and Mong is not doing anything about it. It's got a brand new command center, but it's not just sending some SCVs over. Paralyze once again attacking through the center of the map. and stretching the Terran line deep here. Do you see Templar strategy is so easy to play, just like the Fireless strategy in ZVT is so easy to play. There's gonna be some massive drop. There's gonna be some crazy storm drop and some mind dragging action here in the last phase. All of these tanks get damaged, but it's not the end of the game here because they're still alive and they can still participate in the upcoming battle. SCVs have been transferred towards the other side of the map here. These recruits need to back up. Very good upgrades though for both of these players, especially for Paralyze. He's for a Protoss player, his upgrades are quite good. Anyways, these recruits will get pushed back, and we need to actually have the next wave of Protoss forces coming out over to support. And SCV probes need to get transferred, and looks like Paralyze is going to attack against this base. Not bad. Looks like Mong is reacting too slowly, and Paralyze will catch him in the middle with hopefully some storms. I don't see it, just some Zealot. At least those Zealots are going to be able to drive those tanks back and go for the command center. Maybe he might just execute every single SCV. He's going to try to do that, killing every single SCVs. And then there's gonna be some splash damage, but this base has been saved. But the shuttle will be flying over, and rain, not the player, but the actual phenomena is happening in my country right now. So let me turn on the filters so that you don't hear a lot of weird noises. Anyways, where's the shuttle going? There's gonna be some nice. Oh my god, what the hell happened there? Insane stuff. But now let's do a quick base count on this map. Terran has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. Protoss 1, 2, 3. GG from Paralyze. He thinks he could not win. Wow. Why don't you try a bit more? Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.